Sarah Fuller Flower Adams wrote this song, and it became quite famous after it was supposedly have been played as the Titanic sank. And today, you are going to learn how to play Nearer, My God, to Thee on your cello. The key is in G major. And we'll be doing only one shift. That is all. So let's jump right into the bow technique. I've arranged this to be as smoothly played as possible. So you have legato markings throughout most of the measures that divide it into two. Very easy to follow. I will play the beginning for you. Measure 5 is up. And for the repeat, you want to retake your bow, go back to the beginning. So starting in first position. And here is measure 7. It's a 0, 2, 1, 4, 2. And then go to measure 9, stay in the upper second position. Lift your bow and do the repeat. A quick counsel about the upper second position starting in measure 7. We want to put our second finger here to where the fourth finger was in first position here. That's the G. Put your second finger there, no stretching, and remain there until the second note of measure 10. I will start in measure 7. Stay there, cross over. And this is where you go back. And then shift back up. Here in measure 11. And then you can stay all in first position after that. Lifting and going back to the beginning. I played it slightly different in the video because I like the sound of playing all in the D string. Now this right here I'm demonstrating is the upper third with an extension back. So it's a really big space and a really big space. That's how I played it. And that is all in the D string. So you have to stretch your hand here. Again, this is the A. This is the beginning of fourth position. This is the first position. And this right here would be this position you have to do. Thumb always behind the second finger. This Sacred Sunday lesson is a long time coming because recently in my life I've had, well, it's been touched not only by the Lord and also by the Lord's followers, but also by more evil elements as well. And I was very lucky to have one of you reach out to me and share with me Psalm 23. And it's something that we have read and we all know. If you are familiar in the Christian faith, Psalm 23 has the saying that of, I will walk through the valley, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. And even though I've been to Mass and I've heard it so many times, I have to tell you that when you live the Word, which I did recently, it makes a very different resonance in your life. In Psalm 23:3, he says, "He restores my soul. He guides me in the paths of righteousness." And recently, I tell you the truth, is I was in a situation that could have gone south. In short, I stood up for a family that didn't ask for it. There were some teenagers acting dangerously with motorcycles around a very young girl who's 2 years old. And when I saw the child and I saw the motorcycles, something inside me snapped, I guess, and I had to stop them. I had to tell them to stop. Well, they didn't like that, and long story short, I survived a stoning. Yes, a biblical stoning. They came at me with rocks and knives. Yet when they did that, I felt no fear. Now, afterward, of course, you feel regret in situations like that. But I knew I had to defend the little girl and the family. I had to stand up for what was right. And so I've been completely torn by the situation for about a month now. And luckily, one of my students reached out to me and shared with me Psalm 23. And there it is, right there in the good word. "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." I was literally in a very precarious situation, surrounded by gangsters with knives and rocks. And for some reason, I have to give it to the Lord. I have to say it. It's no miracle, but maybe it is. The rocks passed by me, and the guy with the knife, well, he didn't get close to me. "Surely goodness and loving kindness will follow me in all my days, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." Psalm 23, I've never truly understood it until that day. Not the day that it all happened to me, the day that one of my brothers, thank you, Simon, you shared the word with me. And my cup overflows. Sometimes in life, you don't know what you're doing is right. And I'm so happy to dwell in the house of our Lord, the house of love, of light, of music. And that's why I do these lessons, these Sacred Sunday lessons. So wherever you are in the world, and for whoever you are, and what you do, if what it is in the direction of love and light, the Lord will be with you. He was with me that day, and He's with you now. God bless you.